see.
No, there's already a spiritual question.
Yeah, yep, exactly.
Religious is a subset of spiritual.
Yep. Semantics. Would you consider yourself to be temperamental?
Yep.
No. I mean, you do kind of
What is temperamental?
having a temper that is prone to
Get
change.
triggered?
Yeah, kind of like you have been.
Only to games.
Yeah. Well, and sometimes people, like, there's been videos that you've watched that have made you go off. Or like that company that was trying to sell cookies and cream supplement.
Yeah, well, so people are being stupid. Oh yeah, this is the freaking
Yeah.
protein powder that was sold at like 100 times the price than it normally should be.
Mm-hmm.
What
I,
is
I
so
think I think you
stupid?
have temperamental
Like, this is
tendencies,
literally
but
like, well, if they're selling something for 100 times its own value, like, should make sense.
mm-hmm.
It's like, yes, you can get like 1 scoop of protein powder and it only cost you $5. Great.
Gee, a whole scoop.
That's
Yay.
$5 a serving.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
If you had to kill someone to save your own life, but you knew that they didn't
That's
deserve
such
it.
a random question.
It is. Well, I mean, all of these are random. There's no, like, generalized theme to these. They have, like, a string of them. They're connected.
How would you not, like, if a button, like, kill a random person, like,
And then you
I don't know,
do
is
not
it grandma? Is it like somebody my age? Are they specifically equivalent to myself? Like,
die. It doesn't specify. You're
I
supposed
don't
to
know. Like, what does it
make the
matter? Like,
determination.
it's basically a 50-50. If they're equal to yourself, then it's like it really just doesn't matter. It's a total 50-50.
I don't know, because it's still, like, an individual. So, like, someone would have more to offer than someone else, right? So,
No, if they're equal, like if they're relatively equal, like come from the same sort of background with the same sort of like, family, same age, everything is the same. Like,
yeah, but that's incredibly...
the only difference would be that they're not you.
Right. That's incredibly niche, though. Like, what are the odds that
Well,
there's
that's
going
the
to be
only
someone
way to
like
make
that?
it fair. Because otherwise it's going to be like, well, I'll kill him if it's a grandma, but I'll kill myself if it's a little kid or whatever. Like, nah, if it's the same, it's a 50-50. It doesn't matter.
So,
Like, I would be sad if I died.
right.
But, like, I wouldn't not do it if I landed on heads,
Mm-hmm. So would we say yes to that then?
Because, like, at the same time, like if it was like put in a room though, like, and it was like you die or they die, one of you have to maul each other to death, and whoever lives gets out. Like, I'm gonna maul them to death though. Try my hardest at least.
Yeah, that's kind of like where I was at too. I always put this in the light of, like, if it's my life or theirs, I'm gonna try to live. So, yeah, I guess.
Yeah. Well, I would assume that they would do the same thing, right?
Yeah, you would think so.
It's like selfish, but like it's a
Oh.
50-50.
Well.
Like the person's life versus my life versus their life is 50-50. But if we're both battling out for survival, then my life matters more.
Yeah, this is kind of exactly the same question in a way,
'Cause
but
I'm
phrased
me.
differently. Would you sacrifice your own life for a complete stranger?
No.
Yeah, because I mean, if we're gonna take the same logic
'Cause I
as
don't
the
know
previous
who that
one,
complete stranger is. Like, again, that isn't even equal then.
mm-hmm.
So
I would sacrifice, like, being maimed. I would put myself in harm's way for them.
Mm-hmm.
But no.
Yeah.
Have you? Hi,
But
do.
if it was multiple people, then I would probably.
Yeah. Well, yeah. That's the thing too, is they didn't say, complete strangers, like a burning building or something. It was.
But it's also one of those things, like the one, yep, that was what I was bring up, is running into a burning building or
Mm-hmm.
whatever, and then to sacrifice yourself to, like, get your pets and friends or
Yeah.
family to escape or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
The problem is that no, I wouldn't run into a burning building because I don't have equipment. I don't know how to procedure to do that. I'm probably gonna freaking suffocate immediately if I go in there. Like, that's why the fire department exists. That's why firefighters exist. Like, I'm not just gonna like randomly run into a burning building that I know is probably unsafe just because I'm gonna like, you know, try to be the hero and end up killing myself and my family. Like, it's just so stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if I run in there and then I don't make it all the way, and then the fire department actually comes, and then they save me, and then they can't get to my family in time because they had to take me out. Like,
Yeah,
bruh,
that's
like,
true. I mean, you
this is
could be doing a lot
stupid.
more
Like,
harm than good. That's fair. Well, along those
like you're
lines,
just being an idiot if you do that.
yeah. Have you ever been inside of a burning
Um,
building? No.
the the stove's been on.
Yes, but the
It's the closest I've got.
yeah, the building itself was not on fire, so no.
I mean, is the stove not part of the building?
It's inside of the building. It is not the building, so that does not apply. Have you
Bummer.
ever been to a funeral? I've been to a showing.
Nope.
Like I've been to like a wake, but that's not the same as a funeral. I don't believe. So technically no. I didn't like going to the showing though. It's messed up. Thank you. If you could attend your own funeral before you died, would you take the opportunity to do so?
Like people had a funeral before I died, or like I was dead but I could see it as a ghost?
It says before you died. Well, then it wouldn't be a funeral though. It would just be a celebration of your life.
Yeah.
So no.
Yeah, that would be kind of weird. No, probably not.
Yeah.
I would like to see it as a ghost though, see what people say.
Yeah, that'd be
Like,
fun.
Jonas, that guy was a freaking ass. He hated my video game. It was so stupid.
Yes, because the developers of the Outer World are going to go to your funeral. I'll be sure to send them an invite, just so we can see what they say.
This is when you're here to celebrate the life of this person that hated your video game.
Can you come say some few words, please? No.
Yeah.
See, if you could see into the future, but you were told that it would only reveal the absolute worst of what's in store for you, would you still look? I mean, kinda.
Probably.
Yeah, yeah. Why wouldn't you?
That's the stuff that you'd want to know.
Exactly. Like,
Yeah.
it's a way of avoiding it.
Like, oh, this is the worst. Damn, I have a good life. Hell yeah.
That's true. Yeah.
You know,
Like by comparison, if that's the worst, it's not so bad. So sure.
And then you can mentally prepare for it. It wouldn't be
Yeah.
that bad.
Well, I would. Yeah,
But
I would
nice.
prepare for it, as in like just try to prevent it from happening in the first place. Personally. Let's see. If you had the power to stop time, would you use it to do something?
Tasty.
Yeah, it sounded it. Would you use it to do something that you know you shouldn't do?
Something naughty?
Sure.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say naughty.
That, that's also something that you shouldn't do. So, in that context, we'd say yes.
I mean, how could you even do that if you were to stop time? Like, it wouldn't work. If you had the power to stop time, would you use it to do something you know you shouldn't do? If you just stop time, then how do you start it again?
Oh, that's a good point.
Forever.
Like it should say
all
freeze
eternity.
time. Yeah, it should say if you had the power to freeze time, because then you could just, fix it after. But stopping the time. That's
Slow
true.
time.
Yeah, slow time would be better. But stopping time altogether, no. So I guess no.
I mean, what could you possibly do to stop time that would even benefit? Like, what would you want? Like, what would you want to do? Like, what could you possibly do when time stopped that you wouldn't do otherwise? Like, what, like shoplift or something? Like,
I mean, yeah, probably.
I don't know. Like, that
That,
doesn't even make sense. Like,
robbing of a bank.
like a candy bar is gonna disappear off of this thing. You couldn't rob a bank.
That doesn't say how long the time is
I
stopped
mean, you
for.
could probably like destroy an ATM or something.
You were gonna say ATM machine, weren't you?
Well, until you start it again. Until I start it again.
Mm-hmm. All right. So no.
So
Um, if you
no.
had the power to remove one person from Earth and never to return again, would you use it? So basically, a directed Thanos snap at one individual. Would you do it? I don't really see
Like,
the point.
I would reserve it in case I needed to like, you know, in case something happened where like there was a freaking, tragic event or something where somebody was like, I don't know,
Like
freaking
planning something, and then you would be able to stop it
committing
just
some
by.
terrible atrocity.
Yeah. Well, I mean, in that case, then we
Hmm.
would use it. We have to make up the scenario in which we would actually where it'd be worth using. That was kind of where I was going with it too. It's like, I mean, yeah,
Yeah, but if that never occurred, then you wouldn't
well,
use
yeah,
it.
but in our scenario, it
If
does.
you had the ability to use it and you wanted to use it, like I don't know,
Yeah,
if you had reason to use it, then yeah, I guess.
yeah. So we're giving us the reason in our own scenario to say yes to it. If someone threatened to kill you, would your first response be to react in violence? No, it'd be to react in preservation.
But you're not gonna just. They're like, oh, I'm gonna kill you, and you're like, oh, I'm gonna kill you first. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Like, so you're just gonna take a threat and
Dumb.
then react immediately to it? No,
Like
no.
somebody just threatens you with a gun, like, all right, if you make a sound, I'll kill you, and you're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna freaking anime you freaking protagonist beat you up now.
Yeah, because
Sounds
that
like
would.
a great way to die.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's asking for it at that point. No.
Mm-hmm. It really is.
Also, no. If a stranger stole money from you to support their drug addiction, would you forgive them if they apologized? No. I would yeah,
No,
yeah,
that's not how you react. That's not how you interact with drug addicts. Drug
yeah,
addict.
yeah. I'm tempted to say yeah, but then also
Mm,
just send
You'd
them to help.
you'd beat the shit out of them. Just kidding.
No, no, no. Disclaimer: you do not.
Send them to hell.
Yeah, absolutely not. You do not. But you would send them to get help, is what I was trying to say before it was cut off.
Oh help.
Yeah, help. There's a P at the end of that. Although, I mean, they might anyway. You never know. But no.
Send them to hell.
Oh my God. If a family member said something nasty about you
Take them
behind your
out.
back, would you confront them about it directly? Yes?
Um, no.
I mean, why wouldn't you though? If they're gonna talk about you behind your back, you should, at least confront them about it. Their family.
I don't talk to my family at all. I wouldn't know if they did or not. And even if I did, like, it doesn't impact me at all. They can say what they want. I don't care.
Mm.
Like, okay, they're gonna be dumb. They're gonna be dumb.
I mean, that's true because like whatever they say doesn't really impact who you are as a person. So, but there is a certain
Nope.
like familial reputation that you wouldn't want to be marred. But again, that's up to them, whatever they're gonna do.
Well,
So,
it already is marred. What do you mean? They said something shitty about me behind my back. It's already marred.
well, it's true, but then that's why you would, confront them about it. The heck's your problem, kind of deal.
Yeah, that would just make it worse.
Yeah, true, I guess. But just staying silent about it also wouldn't be very helpful. But I guess I see your point. If if you had to eat raw squirrel brains for 3 days to stay alive, would you do it? Why does it have to be raw? You could just cook it.
How many?
Yeah, yeah,
Like,
it
do you just
is.
take one brain? Like, how big is a squirrel brain in the first place? Like, do you just have
Uh,
to eat it constantly for 3 days? Like, you're just munching it down like being force fed brains on a conveyor belt.
ew. I don't know exactly how big they are. I would imagine not very. So like for
They're
the
not that big. They can't be. They fit in a tiny little head.
mm-hmm. So
I'm gonna look it up.
yeah,
Like, if you had to eat like one a day, like it probably wouldn't even be that bad. You could just
yeah. I mean, it's probably like
how big is a squirrel
it's smaller than a walnut. You'd think.
brain? Oh, it's like one of the first search things. A
Everyone
walnut.
else has been playing
Yeah.
it. Oh, really? It is like a walnut. Okay. Well, that's not that bad. That's like a
Mm-hmm.
jawbreaker. So probably.
I like how it's like their incisors will grow 6 inches per year.
I like how that's just the
It's
random.
like totally irrelevant to the thing.
Yeah,
Yeah, it says the squirrel's brain is about the size of a walnut. A squirrel's teeth grow continuously. Their incisors will grow 6 inches per year. It's like, what? Okay.
that has nothing to do with what we just asked.
What?
But okay. Thanks,
So
Google.
you could like, was that like, was like, that's like 2 swallows.
Yeah,
Unless it was like one brain for 3 days. That would be gross on the third day, but you could still do it.
yeah. See, I would have been inclined to say no because I would just drink like water, and that would just be how I'd
You drink the
survive.
brain?
No, you, you. Ugh.
I don't understand. If you were to get all of your water intake from squirrel brain, okay, that would be a challenge.
Yeah, that would be something that I really don't want to think about because ew.